The new build mode respawn setting has one issue. While it lets you finally respawn after death during a game, you will always be teleported back to wherever the player spawn is. What if it's in the lobby, but when someone dies, you want them to respawn somewhere else, like a spectate area or back onto a battlefield? Introducing the checkpoint relocator. When unpowered, the relocator does nothing, but when powered, it will auto teleport any players respawning on the player spawn to wherever the destination you want to relocate them to. This touch trigger powers the block, pushing them upwards and out of the touch trigger, making the block lose power. The touch trigger also teleports the player. This is why this checkpoint relocator can work for multiple players. Place 3 basketballs on top of each other, and then a touch trigger on top. Move it under the player spawn and set it to these settings. Place a powered barrier block on a slab, and then place it halfway into the spawn. Place an AND gate and connect it to where you want the teleport block to be. Make sure the teleport cooldown is set to 0. Also connect the AND gate to the barrier block. Connect the touch trigger to the and finally connect a modified gate to the AND gate and give it these settings. Then just hook up whatever power source you want to enable the relocator. But oh no, what if there were multiple locations you wanted to relocate players to? Like for example, checkpoints in a big map, or teleporting newly joining players to where everybody is currently at. This system will help fix that. Trust me, it's simpler than it looks. For each location, add an AND gate with a NOT gate on top of it going into it, and a modified gate in front of the AND gate going into it, set to this setting. For my map, we have 3 locations. Make sure you label them with notes. Each AND gate's output should be towards wherever the location's teleport block is. Now, here's the interesting part. For each checkpoint, place a touch trigger and set it to stay on forever. For the first checkpoint, make this trigger power just the modifier gate. This will make the relocator become active when the first checkpoint is reached. But for the next checkpoint, you're gonna do something different. Connect the second checkpoint trigger not just to the next modifier gate, but also connect it to the previous checkpoint's NOT gate. For every other checkpoint you have, you'll be doing the same exact thing. Finally, connect the relocator's touch trigger to all of the checkpoint AND gates directly. An AND gate only powers if all of the things connected to it are powered on. And since a NOT gate is always on by default, we never need to worry. However, when the second checkpoint trigger activates the previous location's NOT gate, it will be shut off, disabling that AND gate and the previous checkpoint as a result. There's one last way to use this special system: to separate players. A year ago, I made a system that separates players, but this new version is way easier to make and takes less map data. The relocator will separate players between as many teleport block locations as you want, even 50 teleport blocks for 50 players. Simply take your regular relocator from the beginning, but instead of connecting it to a teleport block, connect it to a randomizer and set it to this mode. Then just connect it to all your teleport blocks and you're done. You can even find your own creative ways to use this relocator, like placing the Piggy spawn in it to relocate a bot when it dies. Comment what way you found a use for it. Want more advanced Piggy builds like this in your feed? Subscribe for more.